So we have some breaking news here. Twitter has finally decided to permanently suspend the account of Donald Trump. So what happened after what happened at the U.S. Capitol, the storming of the U.S. Capitol, basically Twitter, actually it wasn't even after the storming of the U.S. Capitol, it was actually Trump's response to that, which Trump was trying to do this weird like double speak where he was kind of pretending to condemn them while simultaneously egging them on and saying what they were doing was justified. And so once he sent out that tweet, that last tweet, they deleted the last two tweets and they locked him out of his account, which means all that means is you can still look at his Twitter page, but he can't send out any tweets. So he was locked out for 12 hours. That was the biggest punishment given to him up to this point. Now, the Twitter account of Donald Trump has been permanently suspended, which means it's completely gone. He cannot access the account. You can't even read his tweet. So Twitter safety says, after close review of recent tweets from the real Donald Trump account and the context around them, we have permanently suspended the account due to the risk of further incitement of violence. In the context of horrific events this week, we made it clear on Wednesday that additional violations of Twitter rules would potentially result in this very course of action. Our public interest framework exists to enable the public to hear from elected officials and world leaders directly. It is built on a principle that the people have a right to hold power to account in the open. However, it made it clear going back years that these accounts are not above our rules and cannot use Twitter to incite violence. We will continue to be transparent around our policies and their enforcement. So this is big because Twitter had basically did not want to ban any world leaders because they wanted everyone to see what world leaders were saying regardless of what was going on. Donald Trump is still president of the United States until January 20th, so we still got 12 days. So it's definitely a big thing to ban the president of the United States from Twitter. I'd be surprised if Trump does not file a lawsuit against Twitter for this. Because this is probably the biggest loss of all, is losing his Twitter account. This is probably worse than even losing the presidential election for him. Because Twitter is really what he loves the most. He loves to talk. He loves to bullshit. He doesn't actually do anything right. He just talks. But this is definitely a huge deal, super breaking news. Trump's Twitter account has been permanently suspended, despite the fact that he's still president of the United States. So pretty big deal.